Hello everyone, welcome back to RuneScape video. Today is the weekly update video. Okay, so for this week's news, we have two quests that have actually been released. Well, a quest and kind of a mini quest. First I'll mention there is the Frost World Part 2, which is the holiday mini quest slash quest for this year. Part 2 has been released. You start it the same way you would the other ones. You go to the different wardrobes and you go through and you talk to Santa, and you'll be able to go from there. Otherwise, Sliske's Endgame has now been released. Um, I don't like I'll probably never do a quest guide as soon as these come out because I don't want any spoilers to be out. So if I ever, whenever I do catch up to the quest guides, to the most current quests, it'll be at least a couple weeks before I even post any guide on it. This way to avoid any spoilers. Maybe if there's a big request for them to get released earlier, I might, but there will be a warning of spoilers ahead if you're big into Discovery and the lore itself. But anyway, how to start, you speak to Lomia in Draenor Village. The requirements are Children of Maw, Nomad's Elegy, Kindred Spirits, Hero's Welcome, One of a Kind, and Death of Chivalry. So there's a lot you actually need to have done, which means there's a lot of high level skills you need to have. Okay. And it says one thing to note is that, but one thing is for certain, your actions will have a direct effect on the outcome and will be reflected in future content, so choose wisely. Much like, not so much like, the Death of Chivalry or Hizio's Cult. Later on, there was maybe different dialogue than you're used to, depending on the choices you made. This makes it sound that there's going to be even bigger consequences for what you choose. Me personally, I already know, well, I already have a rough idea of what I would do in the quest. Uh, in the game, a big Ceridoma person, so I'd probably be siding with Ceridoman if there is that kind of a choice in this quest. There's been that kind of a choice in a lot of the quests before it, so I'm kind of curious. Okay, but Sliske's Endgame rewards, it's a true Grandmaster quest. It says it has the highest requirements of any quest released so far, so there's big rewards for it. There's a hefty chunk of XP, a ring that boosts your gathering stats, a necklace that stops your familiar from draining summoning points over time. Points are still used when summoning from a pouch. The only thing that could make this even better yet is if the timer didn't go down yet too, but that would probably be a little OP. Otherwise, there is a 3 offhand items with different effects. These can be combined into a single item, and the effects are chance to stop your runecrafting pouch from degrading. This stacks with the effect of rune ethereal outfits. Resets box, turtle, imp, bird traps, and Marisama plants on failure to trap prey. Yeah. Allows the harvesting of shadow herbs from dead patches, which can be cleaned for herblore XP. And it says about, do you accept Sliske's challenge? It says even if you don't meet the requirements, there's never been a better time to start the quest line. It's talking about all the other ones, missing presumed death, which is just northeast of Varrock. Okay, otherwise there's just a little bit about the Frost World Part 2, nothing major. Again, it's just the whole mystery concept of what's going on for this year. Otherwise, this week's streams, on the 20th at 1700, there's a Merry Quizmas, so there's going to be a little bit of quizzing, a little bit of fun stuff. And then at 1900, same day, there's Sliske Endgame playthrough. Spoilers! So they'll be doing the quest live. And then there's the community Christmas competitions. You got the Sliske's Christmas Forum Adventure. You can win Gold Premier Club membership. Winner Sweepstakes. You can win a gaming laptop and a Brassica God Sword. Christmas Insta Challenge. Win Premier Gold Premier Club membership. The Christmas Post Bag returns. There is a JMod post box. And now we are off to the patch notes. Not very many, so I'm not going to have it skip forward through it all. But there's graphical. Various bosses are now feeling festive and have dressed for the occasion. Players with the 15th anniversary emote unlock can now perform the 2015 variant. Skills, D&Ds, and minigames. The invention category has been added to Treasure Hunter. Players will only receive invention prizes from this category if they have unlocked the skill. If the skill is not yet unlocked, then the prizes will be filled from divination, crafting, and smithing categories if these skills are less than level 80. That I know is probably going to cause some irritation with some people, putting an elite skill into Treasure Hunter, but let's be honest, we all knew it was going to happen. I personally don't mind depending on how they do it. I don't agree with all the Protean stuff they're doing, but it's something I kind of expected over time. The cost of jewelry silver jewelry has been lowered, as such it can now be sold and alchemized. Using an augmented tool with no charges and the charge pack will no longer cause disconnects. Killing Anagami no longer counts towards Nightmare Creature Slayer assignments. Skill training dummies can now be converted at a 3:2 ratio. 3:2 rate. Other Mimic boss tokens can no longer be purchased on the Grand Exchange. The Garajin outfit is now available for free players. There you go, free to play. Last week's hotfixes at 1650. Code fixes related to planting quest-based seeds such as Kelda hops. And at 1430, the Crystal Mask stun resistance effect now works as intended. Ninja fixes. Players must now enter their bank pin before leaving their clan, including if their clan has no citadel. It's actually a good idea. Added all the Iron Man Daredevil team to the Iron Man achievement notice board in Edgeville. Added all of the Iron Man Daredevil team. I don't know what that is. Okay, so that's it for the patch notes. That's it for this week's updates. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but one huge major Grandmaster quest, I think that's quite a bit. And so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.